Hi everybody, welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today we are looking at Carson Wentz, win and you're in, Colts at Jaguars, final week of the season. Fired up for this one. Let's get into it. Welcome to the QB School. So before we get going with this video, quick reminder, we have relaunched, revamped the Quarterback School Patreon community, streamlined a bunch of things over there. Never been cheaper, never been easier to support the channel. Get over there, support the channel, become a Quarterback School Patreon community member. Bunch of different tiers, different ways to support the channel. What you get is really in-depth content, trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So in-depth video content, going over all sorts of details. I think you're really going to dig it. If you enjoyed the channel, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Get over there, check it out, support the channel. I appreciate it. Let's get into the video. Carson Wentz, the Colts, win and you're in. Instead, 11-26. And really that 11 was a garbage touchdown. Rough day. We're breaking it down. Right here, first one, 3rd and 2. Little RPO gone wrong. A few different things here. So this is zone read with like a man beater, little rub pick by the 3 and the 2 up top. So first, I'm going to try to do as objective as I can as far as just the quarterback play. So what this play is here, we're reading inside zone. We are reading the C-gap defender up here. If he surfs down or crashes down, we've got a man beater. How do you beat RPOs? You beat them with man coverage. So what do we do here? We have a little pick, and then we're going to come out of this thing trying to get this thing in the flat. Now, the part of this, when we're talking about design of the offense, which is part of quarterback play, to me, there's a void in this. There is no quarterback run threat here. So I like this type of play. It's not quite, this is the more advanced, like college zone read bubble, triple option, where you're going to get the dive, the quarterback run, and the bubble. It's easier to do that versus zone, but you take that away. These guys get paid on the defensive side too, with a little man coverage. So you come in here, rub it, and get to the flat. Okay, that's part of it, but this rub into the flat play is not just that. If that rub isn't there, this kind of turns into like a little stick, hitch, find a soft spot in here. So really it's dive, flat, that rub. So to me, Wentz panics. So yeah, it's not easy. It's not there to the flat, but it is here if he just is patient. And, okay, it can be and I would love to see a quarterback run element here too. So now watch it with a little bit more critical of an eye. I think he makes the right read there, but see how he's going backwards? He's shooting a fadeaway at the rec for no reason. If it's not going to be a run threat, just set your feet and make a throw. And 84, keep playing the play. If you don't get the rub, find an opening. So to me, he could be going downhill here with a vertical chance of a run. Okay, you're not going to do that. That's a choice. But why are we falling away from this throw? Double pat, tough. So there's some rough third downs in this game, specifically early on. But this is not one of them. This is 3rd and 7. You can see here, they get into their, what I'm going to call alert game, or probably checking multiple plays. I think he actually gets bluffed, but makes a great conversion here with a throw that's not perfect, but it's certainly good enough. He thinks he's getting pressure here. We've got 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. He wants to keep 7 in. He makes the call right here, alert, alert. He's thinking he's taking a shot. They spin it back to middle field open, and he does a great job beating him. Look at it, 54's got his back turned. What's he covering? The width of his shoulders. Now, it's important to note here, specifically with 54 in this game, that only works if he keeps his back turned. Foreshadowing pick later. But this is a nice play. Now he gets fooled. He gets bluffed. He thinks it's pressure. It's not. Look at the rotation. Watch the safeties. So when he's making this check right here, he's thinking pressure. I need to block it up. Press on the outside. I'll take a shot. Now we rotate, spin it back, split field coverage, attack the middle of the field. Now if it's a perfect throw and it comes out a little bit quicker, you got a chance to score. But that's still a massive play. That's playing quarterback at a high level. I like it. Want to see more of it. We're checking. We're being decisive at the line of scrimmage. We're blocking it up. let it rip. But you can see that ball drifts on him a little bit. It's not perfect. It's a nice catch. 3rd and 12, later in the first half. Same type throw here, down the middle of the field. This time it hangs up a little bit more. That could have been a circus catch. But the same type of throw. And so when you're talking about consistency down the field, I mean, this is the same half, same type of throw. Now, there's nothing easy about that. But again, look at 44. He's got his back turned. You can put this thing anywhere. Just because he puts it way up here doesn't mean that he's trying to do that. You put that thing basically in, anywhere outside of this guy's shoulders. This is a big time throw. Got a chance for a big time play. And, we'd love to see more consistency of him being able to drive the ball down the field, accuracy, all that stuff. But this is 3rd and 12-ish. I've already shown where the ball ends up getting thrown here. This number 3 taking the pipe. This middle field defender runs with him. This is split field coverage. So got 2 safeties back here. Well, when they run with that vertical of number 3, and we've got essentially what is most people would call a dagger or an in, deep in any sort of like gather underneath route, this is way easier of a throw, y'all. This is just decision making. I'm not saying that this isn't there, and man, we just hit it. We're feeling really confident, but this is just the easy play. This is why they're calling it. I'm telling you, I don't need to have a meeting with the coach, the play caller, to know that we're not calling this play to rip this. Again, this is wide open. We must be able to take advantage of 3rd down and longs like this. When we get open shots like this, that's easy. Look if he throws it at the same time to the end down here. Throw it. Anticipation. There's no one within 5 yards. Instead, we go for the shot, over aggressive, not accurate enough, not good enough. And I'm not saying it's easy. You don't want to live in 3rd and 12 ever. But to think you're going to get multiple shots like this down the field with circus catches when there is another reason. That wasn't 4 verticals. That was dagger. 3rd and 3. Now, this is a nice rub up top. Really veteran, crafty move by that wide receiver. He doesn't necessarily come in and set a rub. He almost sets like a moving pick. This is the difference. This is when it's working at a high level. Watch the receiver up top. See how he never sets his feet? He almost looks like he's trying to get a release around him. What does that do? That also makes the corner stay on him. Corner's late coming off. They're having issues passing it off. We're taking advantage of it. Just a simple rub. That's why you see so many teams run plays like this in man coverage on 3rd and short. And that's a good job by Carson Wentz. I wouldn't say it's a perfect throw. It's a nice catch. 3rd and 19. Damn. Another 3rd and forever. In to the number 2. To me, this is more a miss than it is a drop. You could make the argument either way. 6-1, half dozen to the other. What I'm going to talk about, so could he catch it? Yes. Could the throw be better? Hell yes. I mean, look how big the window is. Now, why is it like that? So he didn't catch it, not an interception. Why is it like that? So for me, and understanding the why of this, I think is really important. We're going to run the number 3 through. We're going to go run the number 2 on that in where we're trying to get the ball. So for me, I mean, anytime they're going to run with the vertical number 3, this is going to be wide open. And we see them attack this field. I already just said on one of the last 3rd downs that they had this in, although it was to the number 1 that time. Watch Carson Wentz helmet and eyes, specifically from the back. He does a decent job of holding his eyes down the middle of the field, but when he comes over to find this in, it looks like he's trying to find it in the first row of the stands. You have to know where your eyes go. So if you're here to hold your eyes and then you're going to flip your eyes to your target, that's not a massive angle. And I would make the argument that it's really not even that this throw should go somewhere near the hash so that your eyes are leading that receiver in there. That black line is the lie, are my eyes playing quarterback. Lead him in there. You can't be looking here and try to throw it to an in breaking this way. It's really hard to do consistently. I know guys love to do the no-look stuff, but the no-look stuff is not like this deep down the field on timing routes. Throw it down the hash. Rip it down the hash. Okay, so behind him, turnover-worthy play. Now watch the helmet, the stripe on his helmet. See, it's down the middle of the field. Love it. Hold your eyes down the middle of the field. Hitch, and then where are you looking? Are we trying to do look-offs? I don't know. Maybe he's trying to do look-offs. I'm not going to the broadcast to look. But it looks like he doesn't know where he's looking. Like it's way too wide to the right. Look where the helmet stripe is versus where the ball goes. So it's like he's tracking the receiver. And anytime you're tracking the receiver, the ball's almost always going to be behind your target. That's just, I can't get open. I can't get over how open that middle of the field is right there. See the middle linebacker running with the number 3 vertical? So look how deep he is already, 44. He's going with 13. Added there. The middle of the field's wide open. Just take something off of it and put it right on him. Damn. Next one, second half, pick. So now this defender makes a nice play. I think the throw is underthrown. I think that this is not an easy throw, but it's not as hard as he makes it look either. I think 54 makes a nice play, but it's not accurate enough. Now, I've hedged some of my comments earlier in this video because I probably say maybe too much on this channel that if a defender's not looking, you can throw it anywhere, and I really do believe that. But some of these guys are really talented, and they can go from not looking to looking. And if you throw it, and it's right at his face, he's going to catch it sometimes. Still plays defense. So again, just as this thing, I'll mess with it with my marker here. Pink, he's got his back turned. He's turning and running. Then all of a sudden, yellow, he's got his eyes back. And now the ball's right to him. So could this ball be a better throw up and away? Maybe a chance for a catch and run? Yes. I think of guys, elite players like Josh Allen dropping this in like this. But Carson Wentz, I think he's the victim of a decent play here and just a missed throw. So C54 turn his back right there. That to me is we're throwing this. Let's go. But leave it up the field a little bit more. And again, I still think he gets his eyes back early enough for you to see it. It's a nice play. Sometimes they make really nice plays. But you can see here as when he turns to run right there, again, everything to me is just more difficult than it has to be with Wentz. Like, what's he double pumping here? Right? Throw it. Throw it on time. Throw it on time. Maybe the guy's got his back turned. It's a little late. Comes off of it. It's a little underthrown. It's a pick. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I really appreciate the support for the channel. Again, Quarterback School Patreon community, revamped, streamlined. Get over there, check it out. You can find a link in the description to this video. In addition, we've got Quarterback School courses, trying to take your football knowledge to the next level. Get over there, check out those courses, a number of different courses, kind of all over the place as far as topics, different ways to elevate your game. And then finally, we've got a bunch of free tools. All of those things can be found in the description to this video. Get over there, check them all out. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think I need next. I certainly appreciate it. As for this video, let's keep it going. 1st and 10, sack. Okay. This is tough. And there were a few clips in this game that I could have put on. This was probably the most pronounced of me showing what I think Wentz just struggling to get through a progression. And I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 check down. But I really do think that a guy who's played as much as he's played needs to be able to do it. And so what am I talking about? We're talking about a little short in here, a little basic in here. A lot of teams run some iteration of this play with a check swing. It really doesn't matter what it is. This play is almost always read 1, 2, that's supposed to be a 2, 3. Okay, so you got to have the capacity to go no, no, yes. And the timing is tethered to your feet. So 1 hitch, 2 hitch, 3 hitch. And that 3 hitch, get it out, especially on 1st down. just to keep the chains moving. Don't take sacks. 1, 2, 3. No, Finn. No short in. No in. Right there, the check down's wide open. We don't have to scramble there. No, check down. And even when you take off right here, so say he sees a lane there, and I see the lane, great. Take off thinking I'm going to flip it to the check down, to the outlet. That guy's a pretty good player. Let's try to get them the ball. They're pretty good when they have the ball in their hands, as opposed to taking sacks that really shouldn't be a sack. And that's a fast way to piss off an offensive line coach, an offensive line. I mean, right there, just step to the right and throw the check down. You're not going anywhere. What? Damn. Like, this is the type of stuff that pisses off offensive staffs. 1, 2, check down. Come on. Even if this was minicamp 1 and this was free agent quarterback D, 1, 2, check down. We can do it. He can do it. He's got to be able to do it. 3rd and 5. The number 2 out down here to the bottom. Sky mail this thing. Sky mail. Now, I like that there's some anticipation to it. It's 3rd and 5. We're in a 4th down situation. There's some pressure in your face. To me, there are a number of throws in this game where, just a little bit of touch. So first of all, this route right here on 3rd and 5 with middle field closed, man outside leverage, probably shouldn't be there. This guy does a really nice job at the release of getting the outside leverage, giving him a nice little shove, never get called, and running that out. To me, Wentz-wise here, I love the anticipation. So capital A, great anticipation, lowercase minus a on the accuracy. And what it comes down to is touch. You don't have to laser this thing. It doesn't have to be a rocket. Feather that thing out there a tick and let your wide receiver run into it. See that anticipation there? He's breaking apart. The wide receiver's not out of the route yet. It's press man coverage. You got to give them a second to work it. And if you're going to throw it with anticipation, just leave it a little bit out there. Just with a little touch. See how flat it comes out trajectory-wise? There's no room for error with that kind of flat throw. And again, it's not easy to play quarterback. He gets smacked in the face there. We're taking an L at left guard. That dude's pretty good. Dunk. That's a wide miss. And it's just too many misses. Now the next play, 4th and 5. We get a little bit of a slant down here to the bottom. Nice design play, a short post, conversion. Okay. Got to acknowledge the good plays too if we're going to come at him sideways and talk about the accuracy on these little short ends or slants. He made some nice plays. That's a nice 4th and 5. That's a nice design play. Watch the number 1 receiver down here to the bottom. Lets the 2 clear, comes underneath him. See what it does to the 2 DB types? They're essentially trying to funnel this thing, or banjo, whatever your term is. You're a defensive guru. We're going to run the number 2 receiver. So it's number 1 receiver, number 2 receiver, number 3 receiver. We're eligible. We're going to run the number 2 through first. I don't care what he does. The next one is going to come on and run that slant or short post right underneath it. So what it does is it puts my man in a bind right here. He's got to go with the vertical. They need to communicate. Eventually, he's going to have to come off, and hopefully he comes off too late. So it's just a 2-on-2 little game here. Where's our leverage? Stack the wide receivers, bunch them, attack them down the field. There it is. Nice job by that wide receiver kind of throttling down too, knowing where the sticks are. That's just a well-executed play. So there can be sprinkles of really good plays. These dudes get paid a lot of money. Again, you want to play quarterback? Dude, right in your face. Not 7-on-7. Get hit on the ground. Next one, 1st and 10. This is a tough one for me. Now, I'm not in the Colts quarterback room, but I can tell you most likely, high probability, that this is not where you want to go with the ball. So in 3-by-1, you almost always want to have some idea of what the weak safety is doing. So 3-by-1 is the formation. Split field coverage. So 3-by-1, we got 3 eligibles up top. 1 eligible down here. The weak safety, the passing strength, There's only one down here, so this is the weak safety. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. Some teams will, there's 8 billion different terms. But in essence, he's usually in some sort of man or match coverage. He's either going to hunt up the number 3. He's potentially could rotate down. He could potentially double here. He could potentially get to the half, get to the middle. There's a bunch of different things. But you have to have an idea. Is he looking here first or is he looking here first? And if he's looking here first, that tells you usually have a one-on-one here. But what you can't do is raise up and throw like an in or a glance here, because he's still going to have a presence here. There's a lot of areas on the field to attack. This isn't one of them. So what's he doing, first of all? Is he peeking the number 3? Is he hanging here? Is he heavy here? And then with that information, you can't just run your guy through his space. So he might be hunting up the number 3 here. See him kind of shuffle and look to the number 3. But he doesn't go anywhere. He's just poaching that area. And then we're going to just rear back and rip one? The throw is so bad that it protects him from a turnover. But, maybe that's supposed to be a hook and the wide receiver just loses his mind. I doubt it, though. That looks like he's running in there like an in or a post curl. Not even a post curl, like an old school deep over, post, then over. You can't make that throw. That's dangerous. It's just bad ball. This is bad ball. And there's a lot of bad ball in this game. Again, just look at his eyes. It looks like he thinks he's manipulating them to bounce back. Whew. Dangerous, tough, in my opinion, wrong read. 3 more here. 3rd and 12. 7 stop, bottom of the screen, or corner stop. This tough. To me, this is, now we're getting hit a lot, so you got to preference the context, but there's some panic there. We're panicking, and this is a throw you should make. Now, is it a drop? Could he have caught it? I don't think it's a drop. Could he have gotten his hands underneath that? Maybe. I can't tell you what he's doing. Maybe it's so far off that he's got no chance. But this, to me, is a play where we have to convert this at the bottom of the screen. This is wide open. Again, look at the space. There's no one within 5 yards of him. So bottom of the screen, to me, corner stop, 7 stop, whatever it is, you're just running essentially a corner. Sometimes from the outside, you'll burst this thing in, up, and it's usually at the bottom or the top of the numbers. Bottom of the numbers, top of the numbers, as far as what the landmark is. So wherever it is, you're able to find a zone, great zone concept, get around this curl defender, and there's no one around him. These are plays that will drive coaches crazy. 3rd and forever, another opportunity. Looks like we're skipping rocks. Look at the body language here at the end of this, y'all. If you're the wide receiver. He's disgusted. It's got to be frustrating. And I'm not saying it's easy. Look at the center? Center, L. They got a double team on that cat. You see a little color flash, but as opposed to having your eyes down here, right there, just hang in there and deliver the ball. And again, maybe the read didn't take him over there. But even if it's a panic off-balance throw, we can make a better throw than that. 4th and 12, the very next play. The same play, actually. This time he just takes a shot down the field, and you can't catch it for him. Yes, it would be a tough catch, but to have a chance, and at this point you really don't have a chance. But it's worth acknowledging sometimes he shoots these cannons out, and they're right on the money. Now, did the wide receiver kind of what I would consider screw himself? Yes. So what am I talking about? At the very top of this thing, this is the exact same play. Okay, that just different personnel. Before 7 stop was out here. Now it's just with a tight end. We're going to run what a lot of people call this beeline, where the ball ends up going with an in behind it. Okay, we've seen this a few times. Now, to me, you be the judge. Okay, we're going to be critical of the quarterback, and there's plenty to be critical of. But right here, he needs to run. To me, it looks like he thinks he's running it clear. Chills, chills. Oh no, they're throwing it to me. Take off again. Just you watch it with your own eyes and make your own judgment. Chilling. Uh-oh. See how much faster he is at the top of the last third of that thing? Tough. So there were opportunities. Now, I don't think it makes a difference in this game. I don't think you're winning. I don't think Carson Wentz played well enough to win. But he's getting hit, making big plays down the field, fighting at the end of it. Garbage touchdown here at the end, 3rd and 11, all slant. Again, what is this at the bottom of the screen? Just a 2x2 all slant. But he kind of throttles down there. Kind of a nice job by 11. I don't love guys doing this, but it's a really nice job of just kind of settling as long as you're on the same page. Nice job finishing in the end zone. But when you look at the score and it's 11-26, it kind of implies that it was somewhat close. This wasn't. This was never close. And it was a combination of errors, but man, the quarterback play, the consistency, some of the decisions, wanting, to say the least. And so what that looks like moving forward, we'll see. So that is a wrap. Carson Wentz. Really a wrap for Carson Wentz in Indianapolis. Really a rough game. A bummer. Yes, the Jaguars played really well. And Carson Wentz, certainly didn't do enough there on a number of different levels. The Colts didn't do enough either. But Carson Wentz, when you're the quarterback and you play like that, I think it's going to be really tough for you to have success long term. And so for me, looking forward to what he's going to be looking like in Washington, I think more than anything else, it's a consistency factor of being able to be on time and accurate down the field from within the pocket. Again, I feel a little bit like a broken record, but when he's healthy and he's making plays and he's feeling confident, I think that he's shown that he can be a good quarterback in this league, a really good quarterback. But can he stay on time, in rhythm, when things are a little muddy in front of him, and be able to somehow navigate that enough to stay on schedule and be accurate enough to be consistent down the field? So far, no. Doesn't mean he can't. Looking forward to seeing what he is this year. As for this one, that is a wrap. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.